I want to give you some permission today. Permission to continue working on your mindset for the rest of your life and to know that that is okay. The idea that somehow mindset work is something you check off of a to-do list or is an accomplishment to unlock or an achievement that you can reach, a gold star that you should get, is rooted in patriarchal conditioning, in the same thing that gets us on that hamster wheel of chasing success over and over again, of feeling like accomplishment is the most important thing in life and that productivity is all that matters. And so it is all rooted in those same ideas that somehow we think we should be able to fix what's wrong with us and be done with this mindset work. And I want you to know that that's not the case at all. That this kind of work, if you are on the journey of self-improvement, of personal growth, that is a lifelong journey. You will be on that journey for the rest of your life if you're doing it right. Because growth never ends. Evolution never stops. The human species has not stopped evolving, and neither have you. From the moment you're born to the moment you die, you are growing. And if you are not, then that's problematic. We want to be growing and changing, which means what's right now may not be right tomorrow, 6 months from now, a year from now, 10 years from now. What's right for you, not what's right or wrong. And what you need will continue to change. How you show up in the world will continue to change. Your learning about yourself will continue to change. And all of that is okay. And in fact, I think it's important to know that you are under no obligation. This is a quote from Alan Watts, so you know, that I really love, which is that you are under no obligation to be who you were 5 minutes ago. Meaning, you don't have to stay the same. You get to change. It's allowed, and in fact, I think it's good to be changing. I wouldn't want to be who I was when I was 20. I would hope most of you wouldn't want to be who you were 10 years ago. The hope is that we're growing and improving, becoming better versions of ourselves, evolving. And evolution is about adapting in ways that help us survive and thrive and better deal with our circumstances. So we want to continue to evolve. So I'm saying this because I've seen a problem, or I hate to say problem, but I've seen a common thread among many women, which is this idea that I made this bed and now I have to lie in it. And I want you to know, I used to think that way. So even if it sounds like, what? Who would think that? I used to. And I know so many people who do, who feel like I made these choices. These were my decisions. This is what I said I wanted. So now, even if it's no longer serving me, even if it no longer feels good, I guess I just have to continue to deal with it because that was the choice that I made. So now I have to just lie in this bed that I made. No, you get to change. You get to grow. You do not have to spend a lifetime stuck in a bad marriage or repeating the parenting mistakes that you learned from your parents and that you continue to make, or hating your career and wishing you had something better, or waiting for your kids to grow up, or waiting for your body to change, or wanting some sort of life that you haven't yet created. You get to decide at any moment that I want to change, and that is okay. And you also have full permission to say, I never have to master my mindset work. The personal development work I'm doing, the tools that I might be learning on how to better manage my thoughts when they come up and are, challenging me, or how to better manage situations, how to stop repeating patterns that I don't want to. You never have to master that either. You will never have it all figured out, and that doesn't mean you're failing. It just means it takes time to create change, and that we will continue to learn how to do things in ways that are even more helpful for ourselves. And the last thing I want to talk about with all of this around change and evolution and that personal growth takes time is that you will start to learn too, or maybe begin to notice in practice, something that in social psychology is a principle or a theory called the hedonic treadmill or hedonic adaptation. So as we're talking about adapting and evolving, humans have a tendency to return right back to a stable level of happiness, no matter if they have major changes or not. So your brain will adapt as you do personal development work and feel like, oh, I've got this figured out. I've moved out of that old comfort zone. I'm in this new space. I'm feeling like I'm going after the things I want. It doesn't take long for your brain to adapt and go right back to saying, oh, this is our new safe zone. This is the new comfort zone. This is our new set point. And what once you thought would make you feel better, or maybe even did make you feel better, suddenly you think, this isn't making me feel better anymore. What's wrong with me? Why is this no longer making me feel what I thought it would or what it did for a while? And it's because your brain has adapted, evolved to bring you right back to a new set point, which is why we are always kind of feeling this treadmill of like, I get here and then I feel stuck again and I can kind of get out of it and then I get stuck again. It's this process of like expansion and then some contraction. And those waves are normal. So part of it is to acknowledge this is normal. This is what happens, but also then to remember, I'm not going to master this. There will be the next place on that treadmill where I come up against that next wall that I need to lean into and say, okay, now what? Oh, that's right. Go back to my tools, do it all again. It doesn't mean you have failed. Very often what happens is people have that happen. They think, well, what was wrong with me? Why couldn't I get myself out of that? I can't believe that I came right back to that place and I couldn't get myself out of this problem again. Here I am again. I must be failing. I must be doing it wrong. Nope, you're doing it right. You are normal. This is what happens. There's the ebb and the flow, the forward and the back, the rocking, the walls that we get to and then we lean against until we can clear them. And that is all normal. So don't beat yourself up over it. I preach about self-compassion, and we need to have self-compassion in those moments, maybe more than in any, is making sure that we recognize this is normal. I'm doing okay. There's nothing wrong with me here. I'm not failing. I have the tools I need to continue, and I will do that. I will continue to trust in myself and have compassion with myself as I move forward. You're not failing if it takes you a long time. And in fact, it always will. I will never be done with personal development. You will never be done with personal development. And if that is your expectation, then you are setting yourself up to be really unhappy and to feel like a failure. And it is that same part of your self, that self-preserving or self-sabotaging, as some people say, part of your brain that's doing that to sort of trick you to go back into your comfort zone, whatever that new comfort zone is. It's saying, oh, you're failing. You might as well just stay here. So we don't have to listen to it. We can say, oh no, I hear you. I understand what you're saying, but also I'm ready to move to that next. I'm ready to get out of this new comfort zone into a new one. So let me go back at it. So I hope this was helpful for just reassuring you that if you are doing the work of personal development and sometimes you're feeling like, I'm up against that same thing again. I thought I had cleared that hurdle. I thought I didn't have that problem, that issue anymore. I don't understand why I'm back here again. It means you're doing it right. It means you're normal. It means you are going beyond one comfort zone and into another. And it is a reassurance of continuing to do the work you've been doing to continue to move you forward. You are doing it well. You are normal. And it is a lifetime of work. So stay in it and keep evolving.